All right. Here we go again with Rooster. We've lost to him around 2 times. 2 times we've won 0 times with the linked strategy. He's always one step ahead of us, and I feel like we can't beat Rooster because he's just too smart for this. Not saying the other opponents we've beaten weren't smart. It was just that Rooster just has our number for some reason. I think I go with this. Got the scorpions. He knows exactly what we're gonna do. We're still gonna do it, and we're gonna try to make it work this time. Our strategy has been improving. So is he aggro or he's standard? He's standard, isn't he? I mean, he's got assault mode, but like is it aggro? Is this aggro? Assault mode is aggro, but the tarantula is mid-range. Hard to say. I'll just put mine like mid-range or something like here. We're not using these for missiles. We're using this just for kind of like chaff. So he's probably going to push in either here or here. I mean, wait a second. This is interesting. So there's no wall in here now. He's going to push in here, you would imagine, right? That's kind of like the obvious direction to push. So I'll do something like this. Do I ever play ASIM with this? I don't think so. We're not good enough to play ASIM, I think. Unless, we're playing our like turtle ASIM defense like we did against Sacco. Yep, he's here. Got a level, so he looks like he's going into Assman, but I don't know why. I don't know what he's doing. He's just posturing. He's playing dumb. He's playing like a dumb chicken. He's acting like a dumb chicken, but in reality, he's a genius Rooster underneath the charade. We know what he's gonna do. Link round 4 is gonna be he's gonna blind counters with a melter or double shot scorpion, something like that. I can use this redeploy actually, but for 100, I don't know. I could use this redeploy if I want to be smart here. Put on coding redeploy. I kind of want to use the redeploy here. I really do, but it's gonna slow down our build by 100. Yeah, I think we skip here. I don't think we play games with the redeploy. I'll just buy another tank pack. So I probably go with 2 chaffs here. I mean, I can go with 2 tanks, but it makes a little bit more sense to go for 2 chaff. I could even throw the chaff here, but it's just gonna make him go into early melters. It's not exactly what we want. Do I have enough chaff here though on my own side? He's weak here. He doesn't have anything there. Did he go for the redeploy card? Nope. Okay, they've got the debuff, but it took kind of way too long. But this marksman is carrying. This marksman is so good. Oh man, why you give him a scorpion? Damn it. If he goes for the scorpion, we'll pivot right away. Consider going to Phoenix. The fire badgers are interesting, but they will get shut down immediately. You could also see him going into fire badger here. Exploding fire badger would be annoying, but it's not something he can't take care of. He only has 1 chaff that will get pulled. So I just go for the Phoenix here. I don't know. Phoenix probably is something I don't have to sell out of right away. And now we're gonna see if he actually commits to the Scorpion, but he's not really committing to the Scorpion. He's just so how do you play normal? I completely forgot. How do you play normal? Why don't we flank him for now? Why don't we just flank him and then we'll take it from there, because the flanks probably are not horrible. Like I have no idea what to do now, because I don't want to play normal. But now I feel like I'm forced to play normal, which is not good. So at least I'll just go for the tanks, the flanks here. This way I don't necessarily have to go into Link, and he has the Scorpion already, obviously. So this means we pivot. We are into the pivot phase of the game. The problem is the chaff clear, right? The chaff clear is the tanks, and if he kills the tanks, then we have no chaff clear. But we ended up getting a pretty nice debuff, but it's not enough this time. Well, actually, we do have more stuff left over here. Get some nice experience. And what is our pivot? What is our pivot? We kind of had no choice there. You know, I'm not gonna go tanks if he's builds a Scorpion, obviously, right? There's nothing, you know, I'm not gonna apologize for that. So this. So if you don't want Phantom Rays, Wasp would be good temporarily. Phoenixes are kind of decent. Just need some chaff clear, but I'm not gonna go into a new chaff clear yet. I'll just go range actually. Throw something in front here just because we might as well. Do I sell out of this? I mean, see these. I wonder if it's still good if you click range. Like there has to be something else that can clear chaff here, other than just tanks, because tanks are no longer going to be super viable here. If you click range, you overinvest potentially. They have enough range on the flanks already. Here, really, I mean, I think I just go into more crawler, just go into more chaff. Maybe underground threat or something, or even like replicate, because he's got something here. I don't think replicate, I think it's underground first. We're just trying not to we're trying not to commit into anything. Obviously, if he goes for the, he's obviously going to go for the missile and everything. He's going to wreck us, but I mean, there's nothing we can do. Really, I don't want to defend it. I don't want to defend the thing unless I could sell something and make some money, but not much to sell here. I could go speed. Okay, he actually doesn't go for the missile. He doesn't even defend the missile, which is kind of surprising. So this is doing 992 damage. Our stuff is like slightly more damage, but it's still not enough. But our Phoenixes are alive here, so we're cheesing him here. So are we just into Phoenix now? Phoenix into existing marksman? We don't need range on these guys just because they're already running in. I could go for the link last second, like if I want to, if he, you know. So Wraith dies to this, but Wasp, you know, kills Wasp. Kind of a tough decision. He's gonna put Wasps here probably. I'm just gonna keep everything here. I don't care about his rhinos. The spin I think was a mistake. Can I just like have my own rhino walk in and explode? That'd be kind of crazy good. Until he clicks like double shot or something. He only does 10k though. I don't want to go Wraith because of these guys. But then if you don't go, you know, the Wasps will die to Wraith. That's the problem. That's a huge problem. Still, I'll go Wasp just because if he goes Wraith, I'll still I have the opportunity to I have an opportunity to counter his Wraith with my Phoenix, so I'm not super scared of his Wraith. Okay, so more Phoenix. Okay, now we're playing the way the game was meant to be played, as in like building non-link units all day long. It sucks, but it is what it is. Kind of want to start missiling him. One missile's probably fine. Okay, Wraith with range right away. That makes sense. Keeps his Scorpion there. It doesn't have any levels. It's not doing anything. I wouldn't say it's not doing anything, but it just doesn't have that many levels. Speaking of levels, we probably need levels on our... yeah, now things falling apart all of a sudden. At least kill this Rhino, please. Nope. Okay, so now the Wasp wasn't the greatest move. His Wraiths are doing quite a bit. He's got so much chaff. It's a skip here, even though we could probably have gone for the tech. I kind of want to go into Link now. Just to force him to build more, like just to kind of throw a wrench into the plans. He doesn't think we're going to go Link, which is why we will go Link. Gotta either borrow or sell something for 200. I'm okay with either option. I could probably sell one of these since it's not doing that much. Maybe on this side. I could also go for another tank and Link, or no? No, I cannot. Just go for the Link. It's going to be very stubborn. The last thing you'd have to, if you want him to sell that Scorpion, you're going to have to pry that Scorpion from his dead corpse, because he's not selling that Scorpion. Like I said, he's an extremely smart thinking player. Uh-oh. Oh, this spin to win is not good. Yeah, we're gonna go exploding rhinos here. We're not gonna play around. Start using some beacons here as well. Beacon this guy forward. Might even need to put a chaff here to soak up the first shot, but I don't know. Getting desperate, getting crazy. But we love crazy, don't we? This is about as crazy as, you know, as we get here. Okay, this is what I like. I like to see that. That's good to see. And can this actually... No, it does nothing. Okay, it kills the Scorpion, which is interesting. Okay, we got the tower from the explosion. We're just laying on the cheese layer by layer. And it wait. We're actually gonna win a round, so hey, if we lose, that's fine. We won a good round here. I mean, we're not going to win the game, but let's you know, we're proud of ourselves for this little cheap play. Obviously he's probably going to go EMP, or he's just going to go hacker straight up. Why don't we just go all in with the... I mean, I kind of want Phantom Rays here. I just want Phantom Rays with burst, honestly. So can I go for a sell? Put this here just so we can snipe this guy. Sell this. And I want to go Phantom Ray with burst. I know it's not good into all this, but I feel like he's giving me an opportunity. And if we could win this round, we can win this game. I mean, I don't know if... I mean, if I was Rooster, I would have already thought that, you know, he won the game, but I wouldn't be so confident, because if he loses a round super hard, he loses the game instantly. I could even beacon these threes in here. Like, that could be an interesting play. It might even be a better play, honestly. Let's go super all in. Do this. Let's keep, you know, putting shields everywhere. Upgrade our tanks. Just go armor. Throw down a random missile. And see what happens. Let's see what happens. Hackers with, obviously with the full heal. But it actually dies for some reason. And let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. Like, the Scorpion is alive, but it's only a single shot. He might actually lose this. And if this tank line is alive, he might actually go down to... Well, he's not going to die, I think. I hope he dies. Because I want to beat Rooster bad. Okay, look. We've got him down to 500. We win or lose. We've done an amazing job. Ooh, gotta take a deep breath here. Redeploy, I think, is going to be our answer. What do we do? Do we redeploy everything over here? Okay, so we definitely do this. We definitely do something like this, right? I think we just build a million more Phantom Rays on this side. I think we need shield, though. So probably will sell this, go for shield. Put this one square behind just in case. I'll beacon this to like over here. I don't know. I think the beacon's not horrible, but this could be an interesting play as well. Yeah, why don't we try that? All the pros are making moves like that, so we're gonna try to be the pro as well. We already have a missile here. Do we have a missile here? We need a missile here. Probably need a missile here. Where do I redeploy this? Maybe I redeploy this like here. I don't think this does that much, but it's probably still okay. And that's all our money, right? Okay, I think this is the way we're gonna play it. 100 missiles, that's fine. A wasps for days. A fully hacked exploding rhino. That's not good. But you know, we're putting on a, you know, we're definitely putting on a very, very good show. This was pretty horrible, but we're kind of winning here. Does he have anything for our for the tank line? If he doesn't, he loses. Okay, this is not good. This is not good, but I think we win here. Unless, let's get the burst. Okay, we win. Man, my heart is... We got him. We finally got him. We finally got the Rooster. Holy crap. We even get a GG. Yep. Man, I'm telling you what, that's... You know, we've beaten... We've beaten some people, man, but this was kind of crazy. The game speaks for itself. the Scorpion was presented. It's a very, very cheeky Rooster. He just, he keeps the Scorpion, but it doesn't sell. He doesn't even tech it because he doesn't want to commit into it and then, face the counter. So we went for something and it just lost. We went for the Wasps. It was just completely stupid. However, the Wraith would probably have been even worse or just as bad. The smart moment for us is when we get desperate. I think we play better when we're facing a wall, because at that point we don't feel like we have anything to lose. Now, redeploying this probably was stupid. I probably would have done way better just not redeploying. I'll go back and take a look there. That whole redeploy beacon to the other side, that was out of our pay grade. That kind of move was out of our pay grade, but I just tried to do something fancy. It didn't do anything. Nevertheless, he had to go into enhanced hacker, and that's what gave us the advantage, the window to go into Phantom Race with burst. And it works so well against it works well as a beacon to the tower, as kind of a gut shot. And it also works well when he's aggro and he's got these heavy units. You just one-shot everything. Yes, he has anti-air, but it's marksman. He didn't even have time to click AA. Had he did it, maybe it would have worked. The last-ditch Wasp was a very, very good solution. However, I would have preferred him to have the perhaps the marksman with the double shot and AA. That might have been a little bit better, but it was only for 2 units, right? It was only for 2 units, and it was only for this side. I'm pretty ecstatic that we were able to win this, because we weren't favored for sure. Okay, so we're not going to redeploy anything. Might go for the amp core if we're level 3 on any of these Phantom Rays, which we are here. So that could be worth it. I'll just tech it. I think we also won because of this this spell here. Let's not give ourselves all the credit here. So, but I stand behind this. This makes a lot of sense. All right, the armor makes a lot of sense. You can argue you want to put, this 1 or 2 squares back, just so the missile doesn't hit them. It hits the Rhino instead. That makes sense. Okay, all of a sudden we don't have money. So I'm not quite sure what this is going to accomplish. If this beacon is going to do anything, so... Okay, let's see what happens here. We really needed missiles here, but we have no money for missiles. And apparently, our stuff still gets slowed. And going in doesn't seem to be the greatest here, but I think we still win no matter what. This has quite a lot of DPS. His Rhino, that's his Rhino. That's not the exploding one. Let's see. I would be surprised if we lose, because it feels like we just won because of the comp. We didn't win because of fancy move. We might have actually done more harm than good because of the fancy move. This is better than the factory because, it just doesn't lose HP. It has the same HP as a factory. Actually, probably more. Probably almost level 2 factory there. Just because of the nerfs. This is 80k. Okay, so it's like a level 1 factory. But it heals, so it's actually a lot more. Okay, so yeah, we did a little bit better without that. I think it's interesting that the missile still hit. This was a bit of a gut shot. We could have put a crawler here, but the problem is you want to put crawlers down, but you're also trying to put down level 2 Phantom Ray, so you can never afford the deployment worth of the crawler. I think that him responding to this Rhino play, that's almost equal resources. Wait, how did he get that for 200? How's that? Is the hacker 200? I thought the hacker was supposed to be 300. Okay, the hacker's 200, then he pays another 200 for this, so it's 600. So it's slightly more. Slightly less. We're paying 850 for this. He's paying either 600 or 700. But this kind of sometimes dies, so it didn't. The enhanced hacker didn't do all that much, and especially since we didn't invest more. We could have sold this, you know, that could have been smart. But you know, like we had other stuff to sell. I think his mistake was actually going into the fortress. The fortress, he's trying to respond to these phoenixes. I'm surprised the phoenixes did that much damage. They didn't do as much as the phantom rays though, right? Okay, so these front phantom rays did so little. We really have to consider like putting these in a way so they're directly behind, so there's no way a missile can hit it. I think that's something we need to. Perhaps we could have done that a lot better. Like if you're trying to win the game instantly, you can put it all the way in the front, but it feels like our play here was not considering, because the missiles really messed us up. Right, it's supposed to go in. It's supposed to go and like go into the tower, but you can't do anything if. I mean, maybe you could put a missile interceptor. Does that even work? Well, let's try the last round there, because I mean, I think this is fine because you have space. The way we position everything at the very end, like here on the line, you know, you're not gonna have any space, but you probably have space for like a missile interceptor here, right? The missile interceptor is gonna hit this no matter what. You can put down a shield if you want, right? So we'll definitely missile here. We have this. And I'll just throw down more phantom rays with the shield upgrade. I don't think, I mean, you could try to brute force your way in here, but I don't think you do that. I really like the idea of splitting it into here, and perhaps putting it like this. Try to avoid any missiles. Is, you know, I don't know if you avoid all the missiles here, because if he puts a missile like here, if he puts a missile here, I mean, you're probably good if you put it like this. All right, the question is that going to be effective into getting the tower? Range speed, don't have money for the upgrade. Let's just see what happens here. We are kind of we are kind of bombing ourselves though. Yeah, this is not good. Ooh, look at that explosion. So something kind of happened there, but fortunately our stuff still heals up to full life. But let's see how close that was, because like I feel like we might just all of a sudden lose. Yeah, we lose here by not putting somehow for blocking the missile, and by not putting our stuff all the way in front, which is kind of crazy, which I don't understand. And it's what, 3,300 damage? I thought we were playing that better. I thought that was a better play than what we originally did, but it just kind of didn't make sense. Okay, so what if you like redeploy some of the phantom rays over? You definitely sell this, because this isn't doing anything. Right, I want to see, you know, I want to move the entire thing over, but you can't really, right? Because you don't have enough cells or anything. Okay, we go for this. Range speed. Oh, okay, so what happened was we didn't missile his chaff. I think that's what happened. And probably try to keep my stuff like a little bit, you know, probably keep the phantom rays just slightly. Okay, so one missile here. The beacon. Well, we did like the beacon here, but you know, the stuff gets missiled, but still, is it better to just go like this anyways? Because you know you're not going in here into this side, obviously. Yeah, see, when they're on the line, they just burst down the giants, and that's a pretty huge deal. Our tank line explodes here. Looks like he's gonna get the tower here, but does he have any scorpions left? Because that is the that's the win condition, is the scorpion. Okay. So put your stuff on the line, I guess. Even if it's gonna get missiled, because you have the shield, you can eat multiple missiles. From Rooster's perspective, what could we have done here? It was definitely his game to lose. You would imagine shields redeploy. As I said, I think he wants like this with the double shot. I think that's good. I mean, if the wasps, it's not good into the wasp, but he already has stuff for the wasp, right? So like, you know, you have stuff here. Let's put 2 stuff here. Like, you know, why don't we put a lot of stuff here? We're gonna need like a couple shields, just for the marksman mainly, and we'll put another shield here. So let's put another marksman here. Yeah, I think you need 2 here at least. Let's not like build no marksman at all on this side. Sell. So he sells this, that makes sense. You do probably want to sell that. Attack or oil or okay, missiles. Definitely missiles. So you do the missile for here. So it's hard to line up the missile. And you do the missile for here. Maybe, you know, you'd put a missile here just in case. You know, this is the kind of time where you want to have a few missiles just in case. You know, don't know what I can do with my money. Upgrade my chaff clear maybe? I don't know. So now we have double shot marksman. It's going to be one-shotting these Phantom Rays. So, seems to be taking care of everything. Where's the Scorpion? Scorpion's still shooting. I think, you know, we almost died to the our own exploding rhino there. Stuff's starting to fall apart. This will eventually chop through. And as long as the Scorpion's alive, it's, you know, it's going to be the end of us. So all you had to do was go for he just panicked there with the double tech, because, you know, the best counter to this is double tech wasp. But if you already have like 3 marksmen on the board, it's probably not bad to go into this. I mean, maybe he was worried about wasps behind, but why would we put wasp behind when it's like factory city? I mean, fortress AA city. So, and he even has the wraith as well for the wasp. So really, you know, it was just AA spec and then the double shot if you want to predict the shield, pretty much. So unfortunately, you know, as good, even though we won there, you know, it was just because of a mistake. It wasn't because of a checkmate situation where he couldn't do anything. And I like to have situations where there's nothing he could possibly do, but this was not a situation of that. But we're still obviously going to accept the win, and we're obviously extremely happy about it because we've lost to Rooster at least twice in a row. The link has never worked against Rooster until now, and it may even be the last time that the link will work against the Rooster. All right, guys, I'm gonna order myself a chicken fillet sandwich. Just kidding.